How are you, my fans, sneak peepers, and curious friends? I am difficult and demanding. If you want to know my real name, then hold still, and I might bring your wish to fruition. Before we begin, you can find this podcast show in iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Blueberry, Google Play Music, TuneIn, YouTube, and Stitcher. Now, unlike the other people in your life, I actually care about what you think. So meet me halfway, take a tiny moment, and give my podcast and each episode a review rating. This is the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real, uncensored, and shooting straight between the eyes. The third eye, that is. I am going to hit you with explicit truth. This solo show is outrageously honest and keenly witty with a view into life. Yes, I said life. That's what we do every day when we wake up from sleeping. We are living life. Well, some of us at least. Moreover, I hope to provide you with gut-wrenching laughter and a touch of wisdom. Let's get something straight. Really, really straight. I am truly, actually, habitually, and shamelessly difficult and demanding, and I completely own it. Now, I don't ask for much because I expect and receive it all. I firmly believe that if you expect shit, you will receive shit. What does that mean? Well, it means expect nothing but the best and don't settle for less. As always, I, your host, Tara, am keeping it real and uncensored. Since you've made it to this point, I know you are ready to unplug from your life and dive all into episode 26 of the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real on the ridiculous world we live in. Today's show is called Don't Tell. What if I told you to open up Pandora's box? Would you? Could you? Of course you would, as long as it wasn't your own. How much money and power must you receive to turn a blind eye to a casino mogul's sexual misconduct over decades? The Congressional Leadership Fund spends tens of millions of dollars on the truth. Hell no. Those millions of dollars are spent to convince you that a lie is the truth. And you and I both know the truth is motherfucking free. Before I begin, I am going to do a call out. What's a call out? Well, it's not a shout out. I am calling out you motherfucking lurkers. If you have entered my world, then be honest with yourself about it. You want to be here, and you know I want you here, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Finally, climb aboard and enjoy the entire show, because I am giving you plenty of ridiculous honesty. Once the podcast episode ends, I am keeping it going on my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and on my Twitter page at Mrs. D and D. Hello. Welcome back. Today I am talking to you about Pandora's box. Pandora's box, it's about a Greek myth which attempts to explain human behavior. It speaks about the bad things that happen to us and our own quote-unquote bad qualities. For example, we can't seem to stop doing shit that's not in our best interest. In addition, trying to hide from our not-so-good characteristics. Now, let's get to it. We are all fucked up in various ways, some more so than others. But we've mastered the mask. Yes, we've mastered the mask. Oh, you don't know what the mask is? It's the many fake ways you project yourself onto the world. You have to look the part. And you have to act the part, right? See, man, I like to keep people guessing. Why be predictable? Why be ordinary? Huh? Why pretend to be something that I'm not when I can just be me? Why do you pretend to be something that you're not when you can just simply be you. We are taught, we've got to look the part, we've got to act the part to get the part, right? That's all we're doing. But the funny thing is, what is the part that you're actually trying to get? What is the role that you're trying to get? What is it that you're trying to gain? You see, that's the question that no one even thinks about. We're too busy acting and looking, and we haven't figured out what exactly we are trying to be, right? Now, I told you guys, you can do all that stuff, or you can just make it very, very simple. You can just be yourself, right? I can be me. You can be you. You see, I've told you all this before. I am hashtag 2FF. Yes, that's the number 2 with 2 letter F's after it. And do you want to know what hashtag 2FF stands for? That stands for hashtag 2 fucking fabulous. Okay? I'm too fucking fabulous. I can't be fabulous and in denial about my shit. Yeah. How the fuck are you going to be fabulous? Truly, authentically fabulous, if you don't know who the fuck you are? It doesn't work that way. Because to really own it and control it, you got to know what the fuck it is that you're owning and controlling, right? I can't be in denial about my shit. What's my shit? Well, it's my Pandora's box. We all have one. I used to run, hide, and ignore mine. I'm sure you're still doing the same. And then one day I said, fuck this. I got sick of the people that I was quote unquote close to, taking my hurts, traumas, disappointments, guilt, shame, disadvantages, mistakes, failures, inadequacy, and etc., and throwing that shit back in my face. So I turned around and faced all of it myself. It was difficult, overwhelming, and very scary. But it had to be better than reliving the things that were in my Pandora's box over and over and over again. Because some fake ass loved one wanted to shut me down and shut me up in a disagreement. When I turned around and looked at it all, it was very weird and it was awkward. Yeah, I was still scared and nervous, but as time passed, it all faded and I felt lighter, better, and freer. Shit, I felt like clicking my heels like I was Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. That's how great I felt. After that moment, I gained clarity and perspective. Now, when a motherfucker tries to throw shit in my face and hit below the belt, I look at them like a punk bitch and laugh in their fucking face. Because I am not fazed. I am not fazed at all. I took my power back from a worthless son of a bitch who wasn't worthy of possessing my power. I've told you guys before, you have to filter for your life and be careful who you pledge your love, expectations, and loyalty to. People can be fucking tricking your ass. Then you are caught up because of your emotions. When I faced what was in my Pandora's box, I had to figure out what to do with all of this extra shit. Yeah, I had to figure out what to do with it. Most of my life, I've only really focused on things that seem great, look great to others, right? I focused on my treasure chest. That's all of my good stuff, right? That's all of your good stuff. Who wants to focus on the not so great? But I had to make space for the not so good. Oh, I've confused y'all, huh? Yeah. What I said is, we like to make space and continuously keep space for the good shit. But I just told you that I chose to make space for the not so great shit, what you like to call the bad shit. Right? Yeah, I'm going to have to create a special drink or pill for y'all. You keep getting confused and falling the fuck behind. Matter of fact, I will strap y'all asses in a gigantic stroller and push you so you can keep the fuck up. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. Either I'm going to create a special drink or pill to help y'all keep with me, or I'm just going to strap all of y'all asses into a motherfucking stroller, strap you in, and push you so you can keep the fuck up with me. Huh? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. I'll even change y'all motherfucking diapers and feed you. And guess what? When I feed you, you motherfuckers are going to get bottles because you are not sucking all my perky tatas. Yes, that's what the fuck I said. I'm so fucking crazy. Anyway, back on topic. We love to get rid of the bad things. We feel they are of no use to us, right? They're things we don't want, right? That works with objects. And if you don't know, you aren't an object. So that whole premise and idea that you're working with, that you can just get rid of something that is not so great within you, it doesn't work that way. You are a human with a divine soul. Yep, that would be you. You are a human being with a soul, with a spirit, call it what you like, but that's what it is. How do you make space for things that make you feel weak, exposed, vulnerable, unworthy? Well, the same way you would for something that you love. You just do it. For example, I've been told I'm too demanding and difficult. Yeah, can you believe that? That's what I was told. Yeah, it's hard to believe. And when I heard that, it was naturally offensive to me. After I made peace with myself, I then came to realize, or I realized that I don't have the problem. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. I don't have the problem with me. It's the motherfucker that's making the complaint. Yeah. The motherfucker that told me I was difficult and demanding, I just realized, they were putting their shit onto me. What I found is that when people can't measure the fuck up, that's what the fuck I said. When people can't measure the fuck up, instead of admitting it and showing their vulnerability, they turn their shit onto you and make you the issue. That is funny, isn't it? I find it unbelievably hilarious. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you about hiding from your Pandora's box? People will do any and everything to keep from facing the content of their own. So as a fuck you, yep, that's what the fuck I said. As a fuck you, I named my podcast, I'm Difficult and Demanding. Yes, a lot of you are wondering, where did she get such a name from? Hell yeah. I named my podcast, I'm Difficult and Demanding, as a fuck you to the person that was my muse. You see, I don't have a problem with it. I am a woman with some motherfucking standards and an extensive quality control process. No motherfucker is going to gyp me. You see, here's some real talk. I am not a half-ass type of woman. I'm not a half-ass type of person. If I do something, I'm going to give it my best, point blank. Otherwise, I won't agree to do it. You see, people try to make you think they're going to give you 5-star service. And the shit is barely a motherfucking 2-star. And they act like they're doing you a fucking favor by not delivering on their word. And if you say, excuse me, what the fuck is this? This isn't what I was told I was going to receive. Then the attitude comes. Yes, the attitude from that motherfucker comes. Huh? Yeah, the attitude from that motherfucker comes. And I'm difficult and demanding, right? All of a sudden they get attitude. Now I'm being difficult and demanding. It's like, motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. Right? Get the fuck out of here. You said you're going to do some shit. You said you're going to deliver X standard. Your ass has delivered no standard. And then when someone holds you to that, you want to pop a motherfucking attitude and tell someone that they're difficult and demanding? Get the fuck out of here. So a listener of my podcast, my show, actually wrote a poem for me, and it's called Difficult and Demanding. And I am going to read it to you. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read it to all of you, and I hope you find it very, very amusing. Here we go. I only want the truth. So bitch, don't lie to me. I see through your shit, so don't play games with me. You know you have met your match, so do not continue to whine. If you want me to accept you, then get off of your behind. The truth is difficult, but it is important to me. I live my life on my own terms, and that is how it has to be. If you get to know me, then there will be a cost. You must understand quickly that I am truly a boss. So if you can show me true loyalty and keep it real with me, then you will come to understand how much fun, difficult, and demanding can truly be. Now, why did I share this with all of you? Because all of your quote unquote bad qualities are really blessings in disguise. But you've got to own your shit. You got to own it. You know, one thing I've learned from life, it's all about perception. It's all about how you frame some shit. And I'm turning 41 in a few months, and I'm at a point where I'm reflecting on a lot of different things. I'm reflecting, I'm dissecting, I'm trying to make sense of a lot of different things. And it's amazing how, like I said, a lot of us have inadequacies. And unfortunately, the people closest to you, their inadequacies can cause you to think negatively about some positive things within you. Yes, listen to what the fuck I said. The people you respect and love, they have their faults also, like all of us. But unfortunately, instead of them dealing with their shit, they like to take their shit, twist it, and make it seem like you got the motherfucking problem because they're uncomfortable. When their uncomfortableness is really a sign for them to go within and to reflect and to heal and get better. But instead of doing that, they're trying to traumatize, scar, hold you back. And then you start thinking you got a problem when you never had a motherfucking problem until you met this son of a bitch. Do you understand what I'm saying? So whatever it is that you think is not good, you have to think really, really long and hard about where you got that notion from, where you got that ideal from. And until you figure it out, that may take you some motherfucking time, but that's okay. But whatever is good or bad, you got to own your shit and you have to find the motherfucking silver lining. Yes, that's what the fuck you need to do. You have to find the silver lining. You have to find the silver lining with everything that is within you. Now, I'm not saying at all that the fact that I was called difficult and demanding was false. It was just another person's point of view. There's truth to the statement. I am intense. I am ferocious. And it's important to know and accept that about myself. Yeah, that's what the fuck I said. I am intense. I can be very ferocious. And I have to accept that about myself. So I can choose when to turn it on, off, up, or down. But if I am continuously running from myself, then it will continue to have power over me. And it will keep me fucking shit up in my own life. Now, I use it as a tool for my life. And I use it to entertain all of you with this podcast. No, I don't go around and act and talk like this all the time. But you better believe I can pop the fuck off as required and as necessary. Yes, that's what the fuck I said. I live to be very peaceful, very calm, very appreciative, very respectful, very considerate, and very thoughtful of every other human being and living thing around me. But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I can pop the fuck off as required and necessary. Get it? Everything in your Pandora's box is a tool. But how will you know what the tool is and what you can use it for if you don't stop and look at it? Huh? Yeah. You got to stop and look at it. Then you've got to figure out how, when, and why you should use it for your benefit. Yeah. Your belief system is heavily hindering your quality of life. You were made perfectly for you in this life. People nowadays think that if you change your hair color, your style, your wardrobe, your friends, your career, etc., that you will then eradicate your internal struggles. If you are looking for the perfect person, then all you have to do is look in the mirror. All you have to do is change your perspective, which means stop the negative talk. Stop the negative self-talk. This negative talk about yourself and your not so great qualities came from others. Yeah, that's what the fuck I said. It came from others. Who? I don't fucking know. Who? You probably don't motherfucking know. But you should probably be taking the motherfucking time to figure that shit out. Yeah, you should be taking the time to figure that shit out. Oh, you want me to believe you were born this way. You were born a certain way, yeah. You were born with these qualities, yes. But these labels and these adjectives that you have going around in your motherfucking brain, that shit didn't come the fuck from you. It didn't come from you. Because when you step foot in this world, when you took your first goddamn breath, you had a clean slate. You had an absolutely clean slate. You were born perfect. And you're still perfect. Now, what the fuck has happened is that you've encountered some side-eyed, twisted motherfuckers who have basically painted you into a motherfucking corner and painted you and put sticky labels on your ass and told you that you were X, Y, and Z. But I told you before, you can't let a motherfucker define you. How you gonna let somebody else define your ass when this son of a bitch doesn't even know their left side of the face from the fucking right side of the face? That's what the fuck I said. They can be in the motherfucking mirror looking at themselves and they can't recognize who the fuck is what. They're the same goddamn person. But they don't know the left side of their face from the right side of their motherfucking face. But they want to tell you about your shit. How about you go shut the fuck up, go look in the fucking mirror and figure out who the fuck you are? That's what you need to tell people. Get the fuck out of my face. Go get in the motherfucking mirror and figure your shit out and stay the fuck out of my business. That's what we need to say. People mean well and some people don't mean well. But at the end of the day, the only opinion that truly, really motherfucking matters is yours. So if I'm telling you, take those fucking sticky labels off, discard all that shit that was placed upon you and start with a clean slate. Can you do that? Can you purge yourself? Can you purge yourself of things that were never yours to begin with? Can you purge yourself of the garbage that was placed upon you by these people who are perfectly imperfect like the rest of us? But instead of dealing with their own stuff, they threw that shit onto your lap. They put that shit in your house. They put that shit in your front and backyards. Can you do that? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to do that? Look in the mirror. And that all you have to do is change your perspective, which means stop the negative talk. This negative talk about yourself and your not so great traits, like I said, it came from others. How do you learn to think about yourself in such a negative manner? You learn that shit because you were taught it. You were taught it. And again, like I said, you were not born this way. So seriously, let's stop fucking around. Yes. Yes, I know that you got my point. You got my point, and I'm happy you got my point. If the parts of you that you don't like today were celebrated when you were younger, listen closely to what the fuck I said. Today, here you are. If you went back in time, And the parts of you that you don't like today, if those parts of you were actually celebrated when you were younger, celebrated, rejoiced, you partied, you had a good motherfucking time, instead of receiving ridicule and judgment, do you think you would feel differently about that today? You would feel differently and not have your current point of view. Listen what the fuck I said. The things you don't like about yourself, if it was celebrated when you were younger instead of judged and ridiculed, you would not feel the way you do today. Which is my point when I'm saying you're casting judgment on yourself based on some shit that never came with you. You weren't written with this. Someone's giving you your bullshit. Someone's giving you their own bullshit. You would feel differently. You can't change how you are wired. It's set in stone. But you can change, and you're supposed to change your mindset. Remember, we are making lemonades with lemon. We're making lemonades with your lemons. Your lemons are the things that you quote unquote think you don't like, or you're confident that you don't like, and you have all these labels and things tied to it that were basically given to you from others. Let's take those lemons and make lemonade. You see, your story is your story, and it's not supposed to be like every other person. To be honest, what is the problem with your story? Why is shame instilled within you? Why are you guilty or embarrassed? So what if you've had a few or a lot of bumps on the road of your life? Let me ask you this. If you fell and scarred your legs, would you be embarrassed? Most would not. So, right? Most would not. So that would be what? For most people, they would not be embarrassed. For some, they would be. So why not take the same approach with your life story? I have to admit, I don't like being asked about my own background and past. Do you want to know why? Because when I answer it, it isn't what people expect or want to hear. Yeah, you hear what I said? You see, that shit pisses me the hell off. What pisses me the hell off? Motherfuckers be asking questions. That's one, it's none of their motherfucking business. Don't ask motherfucking questions you aren't ready to hear the answer to. Listen to what the fuck I said. People like to ask shit. But when they get the motherfucking answer, then they want to get all motherfucking uncomfortable. You see, not all of us have had peachy backgrounds. Some are more sheltered than others. My shit, my story, it's real. It's raw, it's unforgiving, and it's unforgettable. So the issue with my story is the other people. They ask shit that's none of their damn business, and then want to get all sensitive and motherfucking uncomfortable. Right? They want to get uncomfortable with my goddamn truth. Then why the fuck you asking? Huh? Then you witness their reaction and start to believe that there is something wrong with you. I'm here to tell you that you aren't the motherfucker with the problem. You're not the motherfucker with the problem. It's the son of a bitch sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. They are projecting their insecurities and weak ass character onto you. I know a lot of you listen to my episodes. Yeah, you listen to my episodes. Listen very carefully. You may close your eyes, close your ears, get scared to death, but you listen to my episodes and think that I am off the charts intense. I am. But here's some real talk. Here's some real shit. If I was a soldier or a samurai or some video game motherfucking, fighting hero, then you would love my boldness. Y'all would celebrate my ferociousness, my brazen indifference, right? You would celebrate that. You see, but my brazen indifference is from hard fought and hard won and hard lost battles. My audaciousness makes a lot of people uncomfortable. I know this. So I choose when and how to use it. I don't let it rule me. What's my point? The things that you don't like about yourself are the very things you must learn to embrace and accept with wholeheartedness. Shit. Have no shame in your motherfucking game. Don't limit yourself. My boldness allows me to entertain y'all and curse motherfuckers out at the same goddamn time. What a gift. I don't walk around acting like this 24/7. I use it for my own amusement also. I use it for my own amusement and to joke the fuck out of all of y'all. Right? Which is also for my amusement. Jolting y'all is also for my amusement. You can drastically improve the quality of your life and your well-being by shifting your point of view. All you have to do is pivot, change your vantage point, but you will have to grow some balls and a goddamn backbone. Everyone is in competition with each other. What if I told you that there's no competition? Because all of us are in our own league. There's no comparing. Our stories, our spirit, our life makes each one of us unique. You can't compare apples and goddamn oranges. All you can determine is that, can you appreciate and enjoy the apple and or orange? Yes. Can you appreciate and or enjoy the apple and or orange? An orange can't be a damn apple. So what am I saying? Be you. Do you. Huh? How hard is that? Shit. It's time to wake the fuck up, people, and follow your path in life. Yeah, wake the fuck up and follow your path in life. Instead of having a fucking herd mentality. Yes, it is scary, but it's liberating as hell. Now, this part of Pandora's box, this is part 1. In my next episode, I'm going to dive further the types of things that you can find into your Pandora's box. But right now, I'm just getting to the tip of the iceberg because I want you guys to start shifting your point of view on how you look at yourself and start shifting your point of view as far as how you judge yourself and where the fuck that shit came from, right? So I will go deeper in my next episode. But for this one, like I said, I need y'all to understand, all of you. What makes you you is a gift. You may not want it. You didn't ask for it. So the fuck what? You got it. You got it. It's not going anywhere. So instead of trying to drop this shit off and try to give it to someone else, own your motherfucking baby. It's your baby. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. So you need to sit with that shit and sit in acceptance. Yes, it's like accepting that crazy ass relative in your motherfucking family. It is what a motherfucking is. Okay? That's it. Stop letting others define you and your damn existence. It's your existence, not theirs. I mean, how do you give them the motherfucking right to think that they can come and define your divine existence? This is what the fuck I said. How have you given a person the impression that they can come and define your divine existence? Get the fuck out of here. You need to teach people to stay the fuck in their motherfucking place. People too busy tending in your goddamn yard and you looking there, this shit is fucking full of dead grass and motherfucking weeds. You gotta put people in their goddamn place. You do. You have to put them in their place. It's your existence, not theirs. Shit. If you're doing all the suffering, then you need to take the motherfucking reins. Did you hear what I said? If you're doing all the suffering due to these quote unquote not so great qualities, if you're doing all the hard motherfucking work, then shit, you need to be the boss of this bitch and you need to grab the reins of your goddamn life. Grab the reins of your life and make it go in the direction that speaks to your very being. Life is meant to be lived, not motherfucking tolerated. Did you hear what I said? Life is for living. It is not for being tolerated. Got it? Get it? Good. Now, this is the end of my Come Into My World segment for this episode. I hope you learned something. Please come back in a few weeks because I'll be diving deeper into part 2 of Pandora's box. But I really want you guys to think very long and hard about what I'm saying. You're carrying some shit around that's not yours, that's heavy. And I think we can be so much happier as citizens of this world if we start shedding ourselves of some false belief systems and shedding ourselves of things that do not belong to us, and realize that each one of us is an individual gift walking on this earth. And as a gift, it's meant to be given to others. If we understand our purpose in this life, then we can understand how that we impact others and realize that we have an interconnectedness that's supposed to uplift and benefit all. But if we're too busy hiding and get stuck in shackles of people's labels and judgment, we are not living our life and we're not becoming the person that we can be to our fullest. So I am going to be talking about some things in news, and hopefully, my brain will start misfiring. I know you guys like when my shit misfires because usually the most hilarious things come out of my mouth. But please take a moment to think about what I said in this segment, and I look forward to continuing with you guys. So stay tuned for the next part. All right, let's get started here. As usual, I read. And I read articles in the news, and I go with what catch my attention and what I think is ridiculous. So if it's about sex or some other crazy stuff, it is what it is. For those who don't like it, don't fucking listen. Who those pretend like they don't like it and still want to listen, those are my motherfucking lurkers. And for the rest of you guys who are honest with it, then you can work with me. But I read an article, and the article was about Steve Wynn. That's WYNN. Steve Wynn is a casino mogul, and he had to step down as the RNC finance chairman. The RNC is the Republican National Committee, and he was the finance chairman, and he had to step down due to a decades-long pattern of sexual misconduct. Did you hear what I said? Decades. If you don't know, one decade is 10 goddamn motherfucking years. Okay? 10 years. Now, I said this motherfucker has been sexually harassing people for decades. Do you understand? Decades. Now, a generation is 20 years. One generation is 2 decades. So this motherfucker has been fucking around for a few generations, okay? His old ass has been fucking around for a few generations sexually harassing people. So he had to step down. Now, he is one of the GOP's financial bigwigs. Yeah, the Grand Old Party. He's one of their financial bigwigs and has donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to GOP Republican candidates and political committees. And since he's had to step down, a number of Republican officials said that they would redirect his contributions to charities. You see, here we go. Guys, what I tell you, when I start motherfucking scratching, that means my brain is starting to motherfucking misfire. And then that's when the motherfuckers and the fuckers, the quantity of motherfuckers increases, okay? Because my nerve has been fucking struck, and it's been struck, so I'm getting ready to strike the fuck back. This man, a casino mogul, which means he's rich bitch. Do you understand what I said? He's rich motherfucking bitch. He donates hundreds of thousands of dollars to the GOP, the Republican Party. He was the finance chairman of the RNC, which helps get Republican candidates elected into office or various positions. Now, all of a sudden, this motherfucker's been caught with his fucking dick out, which his dick has been out for decades. Remember what the fuck I said? Decades. Now, all of these sons of bitches have known that he was a dirty dick motherfucking fossil. Huh? You heard what the fuck I said? They all knew it. But now, his dick has come to the light. Now his motherfucking dick has come to the light. And these weak, cowardly ass motherfuckers now want to say, yeah, you know what? We're going to redirect his motherfucking money to charities. Why are you going to redirect his motherfucking money to charities? His dirty dick money, you've been cashing that motherfucking check for goddamn decades. For decades. Now, all of a sudden, the son of a bitch, his dick has come to the light. He's been exposed. Now his money is not good enough for you.
Now you want to give his dirty dick motherfucking money to charities? Why you want to contaminate a goddamn charity? Huh? Why you want to give a charity dirty dick money? Why you want to give the charity dirty dick money? Huh? Shit. Wash that shit and keep cashing like the fuck you've been doing. Why you want to be a hypocrite? See, I hate weak son of a bitches. Weak ass motherfucker son of a bitch. If you know it was me and I've been cashing this motherfucker check and I knew he was a dirty dick motherfucker, I was like, you know what? I'm sorry for what happened. I'm going to the bank. Yep, that's what the fuck I said. Why change your face? Why do an about turn? Be fucking shameless. Own your shit. And at the end of the day, it's about the money. Most money that we motherfucking touch, people walk around here, that shit is dirty as hell. Either someone's had it in their motherfucking underwear, they've had it inside their bra, they fucking peed on the shit, whatever's happened. Some of y'all pick up motherfucking money that's been on the floor and a homeless person probably has shat on that shit. The rain washed it off and you picked it the fuck up and went to buy Starbucks. Do you feel me? You get what the fuck I'm saying? Yeah, it's outrageous. Welcome to I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast. I told you when my motherfucking brain starts misfiring, it is on. It's on. So these motherfuckers are now redirecting their his campaign contributions to charities. Huh? What? That's supposed to make you look better? What is that giving? Who the fuck is that appeasing? What the fuck are you trying to garner here? What are you trying to achieve? Own your shit. Own it. After Steve Wynn opened his flagship Wynn Las Vegas hotel in 2005. Yeah, I know some of you people have stayed in because you like to gamble, get your strippers and have your fun time. I know some of you have stayed at his hotel and spent money at his casino. After he opened his flagship hotel in Las Vegas, a manicurist who worked there told people that Wynn forced her to have sex. And then he later paid her $7.5 million in a settlement. What kind of motherfucking sex did they have? I mean, shit. Even Stormy Daniels didn't get that motherfucking much money. I mean, fuck. Maybe that's the wrong word. Shit. Maybe she shat on him. Damn. I don't know what the fuck to say. How in the fuck does a manicurist get $7.5 million by an old ass fucking rapist? Huh? I'm happy she got paid because that's a motherfucker that knows how to negotiate. You feel me? That bitch knows how to motherfucking negotiate. Stormy Daniels should fucking just roll over and play dead. That's what the fuck I said. Stormy, roll over, play fucking dead. Matter of fact, stop motherfucking breathing. Because if a manicurist can get $7.5 million, what the fuck you doing, ho? What the fuck you doing? You got $1.30 motherfucking cents, and a manicurist walked away for $7.5 million off of another dirty dick motherfucker. He settled with her for $7.5 million. That's a lot of damn money, and I can guarantee you there was probably a lot of motherfucking fucking, because that is a lot of money. The board for Wynn Resorts said that they formed a special committee of independent directors to investigate the allegations of sexual misconduct. You see, you lying ass 2-bit motherfuckers. You know this motherfucker's been fucking around for decades, as I said earlier. And now you want to set up an independent investigation? You want to set up an independent investigation into the allegations of sexual misconduct? Come on. They said the committee will be headed by Patricia Mulroy, the board's lone female member, and a former member of the Nevada Games Commission. Now, see, guys, that's what I'm telling you. They think we're motherfucking stupid. They think we're fucking stupid. They think by taking the fucking token female that's on the motherfucking board, which you and I both know she's being harassed by these fucking cowboys in fucking Vegas also, but they're going to sit her at the top of this, right? Like she's going to be neutral and objective. And then they're going to have a former member of the Nevada Gaming Commission. Again, selfish reasons. How are they going to come up with any rhyme or reason to justify what actually happened without impacting the revenue in Las Vegas? It's all a fraud or hoax. How's she going to investigate the shit? What, she's going to go undercover? What the fuck they going to do? What the fuck are they going to do? Because if she was being sexually harassed by this old ass motherfucker, then she would have a $7.5 million check. And the fact that she doesn't have a $7.5 million check means that she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. So who the fuck she going to talk to? What the fuck you going to do? An independent group? Where is that report going to go? Who's going to do shit? They ain't setting up shit about shit. It was a lie. It's a fucking farce. It's a motherfucking fraud. They wanted to make it seem like they were doing something, but they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. They have no intentions of doing anything. It sounded good because it's probably a publicly held company and they did not want their stock price, their stock value, their market cap. That means the valuation, overall valuation of that company to go down. So they put some shit out there in the news, which came from their fucking publicist that said, make it seem like that the lone woman, the only woman that's on the board is heading this investigation, and make it seem like someone who is from the outside is objective, and we're going to do a thorough investigation and we're going to clean this shit up. Nah, bitch, you ain't cleaning up shit. You know what you're doing? You're cleaning up to the motherfucking bank. You're cleaning to the bank. You don't give a fuck about the people who are being sexually harassed. So let's stop fucking pretending. And why? I have to ask this question. Why do the publicists think we're going to buy this shit? Oh, because we do. So the question I have to ask all of you is, when are we going to start buying this stupid ass shit? Like, when are we going to get it together? You got to connect the dots, people. You got to realize when you're being motherfucking played. You're being played. They don't want you to worry that when you go to the casino, this man is not going to try to fucking molest you at the fucking slot machine. No. So they want to make it seem like we're handling it. We're keeping a lid on it. No, you're not keeping a lid on anything. What you're doing is you're going to the fucking bank vault and you're depositing checks and you don't give a fuck about any other people. That's what it's about. You don't give shit about shit. You knew the man wasn't right. And all of you continue to still do business with this motherfucker. All of you still continue to accept his motherfucking donation checks. And all of you turn a motherfucking blind eye, crossing your fingers and motherfucking praying at the same goddamn time that you didn't become one of his targets. So fuck you, fuck that, and fuck this. The Congressional Leadership Fund is a group with close ties to the House GOP leadership. Yes. Why is that important? Because they sway public perception. Yes, they sway public perceptions of voters in battleground districts. Yes. They work to sway voters' perceptions and battleground districts. So some of the things that they do is that Republicans that are in battleground district areas, let's say those Republicans think that their taxes were raised instead of cut. Yes, let's say, whether it's true or not, let's just say a group of people in a certain geographical region in a battleground district have the impression that their taxes were raised instead of cut. Then this group will try to come up with a plan. They actually come up with a plan to change voters' points of view. For example, this is something that they're currently dealing with. Some Republicans think that their taxes were raised instead of cut, so they have to deal with that on one hand. And then on the other hand, the average worker's paycheck, the tax cut bump is so minute that they may not notice. So this agency or this group, actually, they will go and do the groundwork to figure these things out, these inconsistencies that will basically haunt or disrupt Republicans getting elected. And they work very hard to get voters to see their point of view. So conservative groups such as this spend tens of millions of dollars to sell the law. Yes, to sell the law, their positions on different policies, and they spend that money on digital and television ads. So essentially, they're spending money to manipulate you. Right. They're playing with perception. They're playing with your perception. And they figure if you show a motherfucker something enough goddamn times, they are inclined to believe it. If you show a motherfucker enough things on television and you spend enough money behind it, then the average person is going to be led to believe that it must be true. Because no one would spend that much money on a lie, right? There's no way that amount of money to be on television, paid cable television, you would spend that much money on a lie. And that's how they start motherfucking mind fucking and messing with people's perceptions, because people are genuinely and generally trustworthy, and they trust what other people say. And they also trust that these people who are spending, these committees, these groups spending this money, that there's no way that the government would allow them to spend such money to spread propaganda, to spread information that's not true. Right? Makes sense? These conservative groups planned or are prepared to spend tens of millions of dollars to sell the law, the tax cut law, the tax cut bill, by using digital and television ads. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They know we like to watch TV, so they are putting they're putting their money where their motherfucking mouth is. They know exactly what they're trying to achieve, and they know the best way to make it happen. Groups affiliated with the Koch brothers spent $20 million to shepherd the tax cut bill through Congress, and will spend another $20 million more to sell the tax changes to voters. Let me tell you some shit, all right? See, I'm scratching the other motherfucker eye, which means I'm starting to misfire. Why do you have to spend so much money to sell some shit that is true? You're not listening to what the fuck I said. You're not listening to what the fuck I said. The truth does not cost $40 million motherfucking dollars. So if someone's willing to spend $40 million motherfucking dollars on some shit, that means there's a lie. There's a big ass lie in that bitch. There's a lie in that motherfucking bill. If someone's willing to spend $40 million on something, imagine how much money they must be making off this motherfucking shit. No one drops $40 million like it's 40 goddamn cents. Do you feel me, y'all? Listen to what the fuck I'm saying. If some rich son of a bitches in this point of view, because there's probably a few of them, are willing to drop $40 million like it's a motherfucking hot potato on some shit that's quote unquote true, when you know, and you and I both know it's unquote and unquote a motherfucking lie, but let's just say they want to spend $40 million on shit that's true. The truth doesn't cost $40 million. The truth is motherfucking free. It's free. It's free. It's free. It's goddamn free. So if somebodies is willing to spend $40 million to convince our stupid asses that the tax cut is really a tax cut, that means the tax cut is not a goddamn tax cut. And it also means that they're making 40 times the 40 million that they're spending on this shit. No rich motherfucker throws away their money. Let me tell you that shit right now. They do not spend money unless there is a reward. Now, some people give generously, but they're giving generously for their public image. And then there's some people who give generously because they are genuine people. But there's a nice sized group of motherfuckers who do not drop $40 million motherfucking dollars. They do not drop $40 million and expect no goddamn return. Huh? If that's the case, these motherfuckers will be sitting on a motherfucking stop sign making it motherfucking rain. They're not making motherfucking rain. They are spending that money as an investment because they expect to make a humongous return by this fake ass motherfucking tax cut. Do you feel me? You don't need to sell a fucking tax cut. If it's truly a tax cut, you don't have to sell it. And the fact that you have to sell it, it means that it's not really what it seems. And that is what organizations like this do. They play with your point of view. And we have to stop allowing these organizations, we have to stop them because they have the audacity to continue to think that we are goddamn stupid. And we let them think we're stupid because we keep doing stupid ass shit. Okay? A Republican senator said that the tax bill has everything to do with the success of the American people. And if the American people are successful, then they're going to show that at the ballot box. Okay, here we go. These people passed a tax bill that's supposed to be a tax cut. And they're spending millions of dollars to convince you that the tax cut is not a goddamn fraud. And once they are successful at convincing you that the tax cut is no longer a motherfucking fraud, then you will magically be happy. And then once you are happy, you will be more than inclined to go to the voting booth and to vote for the people that they want you to vote for. Let me tell you why. The people that you vote for will have power and access to contracts and budgets and opportunities, which will allow people like the Koch brothers and others to have access to that money and to make more money. They're making money off of our backs. They're making money off of our votes. And it's like a self-fulfilling machine. It just keeps making them more money, more money, more money. I have to ask, how much money is enough money? How rich do you gotta motherfucking be? If you already super motherfucking rich, when is enough enough? You see, that's what it's not about the money. It's about the power play. It's about the tricks. It's about the manipulation. It's about the fucking game. It's a game. All of these people are playing a game, and they're making a mockery out of our whole democracy, our whole system. And until we can take a step back and get out of our own motherfucking emotions and prejudices and everything else is going on, we can start voting better and doing better. We can start questioning what the fuck is going on. If you are doing something with integrity and honesty, then there is never a need to spend millions of dollars to convince someone of what you're doing. Because if you actually did it, it would show. It would show forth. It would show through. Only a motherfucker that's a fraud and scared of being called out of being a fraud, that's the only time when you need to basically do this public relations, this perception campaign to convince somebody that it's not what it is. Now, if you walk in on your woman and she's in a bed with somebody else, and you saw her in bed with somebody else, and then she goes and spends $40 million to convince you that that wasn't her and they weren't really fucking. Are you going to fall for that shit? Hell no, you're not going to fall for that motherfucking shit. So the question I have to ask you is, why are you falling for this bullshit? Why? Because these people are rich, they're fucking successful, they appear to be some more than what you are? No, that has nothing to do with anything. They enjoy the game. They enjoy the chase. They enjoy working through these loopholes and getting more power and more money. You see, once you reach a certain level of wealth, it's no longer about the money. It's about the thrill of something else. So these motherfuckers are thrill seeking, and they're thrill seeking off of your goddamn votes. You think they're working for your benefit? No. Because if they were working for your benefit, they wouldn't have to spend $40 motherfucking million to convince you of some shit that doesn't motherfucking exist. It's all a hoax. It's a hoax. It's a goddamn fraud. It's a motherfucking lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Now, I don't know what better way to get you more true, authentic information, because some of y'all motherfuckers can't read. Some of y'all don't have a goddamn TV, and I don't know what to tell you. So you have to figure out what's the best approach to basically decipher what is truth and what is not true. You have to use better judgment. You have to use sense. We're so lazy and caught up on receiving our entitled information that we're not vetting that shit. And when we do vet it, we don't put our good judgment, our good sense behind it, and we have to take more effort. We cannot complain that we elected a son of a bitch and we didn't get the results that we wanted. You think that once you step out the fucking voting booth that your job is over? No, your job is not over, because at that point in time, you need to be holding these fucking politicians to the fire. You need to hold them accountable. Once they're elected, they forget your bitch ass exists until the next voting season. And then they start the manipulation campaign again. When are we going to stop this dysfunctional relationship with our politicians and our nation? When are we going to stop it? When are we going to hold these motherfuckers accountable? You got departments, agencies spending money. They don't know where the fucking money's going. They can't find the fucking budget. They're awarding contracts to people who are fucking incompetent to just waste. Continuous waste. No rhyme, no reason, no motherfucking justification. But hey, you show up to the voting booth. You've done your civic duty, right? Just showing the fuck up. No, you have to do more than show the fuck up. You have to do more than show the fuck up. You got to show the fuck out and show the fuck up in their motherfucking faces. That's what we do. Show the fuck up and show the fuck out in these bitch ass motherfucking faces. Because they're too slick. They're too slick. And they keep getting away with it. What is wrong with presenting the bare truth, facts. This is what it is, and you make your own judgment. When you rely on someone else to do some interpretation for some shit that you could do yourself, you are setting yourself up to get fucked over. When you entrust your rights as a citizen to understand the process and what is going on, you are setting yourself up to get fucked up continuously over and over again, and you set yourself up to get cheated over and over again. There's a reason why some people move the fuck ahead, and there's some reason why some people don't move the fuck at all, and there's some reason why some people just drop the fuck dead. Because there's games being played, such as this committee, this group that spends tens of millions of dollars just to alter your point of view. The same people that said check Obama's birth certificate, right? Like a man who is going to make it this far with a fucking African birth certificate. How the fuck you going to fall some stupid ass shit like that? That means you don't understand the legacy of our country. We got to stop believing stupid shit, or we need to start revoking people's motherfucking citizenship. Because if you don't understand our history and what the fuck is built on, then why the fuck are you allowed to be in this goddamn country? Some immigrants have more knowledge about how things work over here. So why are we so entitled? Why are we so privileged? Why do we just assume that whatever we're meant to know, someone's going to give it to us? No one's giving a motherfucking thing. And if you don't go and get what you want, you don't go get what you need, you will be still sitting there with your motherfucking hands held out with shit in it. Actually, you won't even get shit. You won't get dust. Your ass will be sitting there with your motherfucking hands held out and you will get nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Stop allowing ourselves to be manipulated. Stop allowing ourselves to receive information from something or someone that has their own interest at heart. You have to start thinking about what is this person's motive? What is their intention? What is their incentive? And if all that shit lines up, meaning you have answers to those questions, and you choose to vote, that's a different story. But if you're telling me you're not voting for somebody because you read some motherfucking place that they have an African birth certificate, then you're stupid as fuck. Because you should know that no one could be president of the motherfucking United States without being an American citizen. And the fact that you think that someone skipped through that motherfucking shit, you're stupid. And we need to start deporting y'all motherfucking asses. You want to talk about deportation? You want to call ICE? ICE needs to come and ice your motherfucking ass out of our motherfucking, ice your ass out of your citizenship and send you the fuck back where you came from, which is the Bermuda Triangle. Get the fuck lost. That's what the fuck you need to do. Get lost, bitch. Because when you say stupid shit, it's clear that you have an intellect that's less than an ant. And that is why our country is where we are, because people are not doing the work. Can't get the results you want without doing the work. Let's stop with the entitlement. Let's stop with our laziness, and let's pull our shit together and realize that no one spends that much money on some shit that is true. The truth is always free. It is free. If you have a motherfucker that's angling, propositioning, propping themselves up, posing, doing all this extra shit, there's a lie. There's a lie in that motherfucker. There's a lie. And that lie is not to benefit you. That lie is to steal from you, to make a fool of you, and continue to do so for you, your family, your future. So let's do better. Let's get better so we can be better. Are you disappointed this has come to an end? Well, it doesn't have to. Reach out and let me know what you think about this episode and my podcast. You can try and slide into my DM, but I will kick your ass out. So I suggest you hop into my DM on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding, or Twitter at Mrs. D&D, or leave a comment on one of my posts. Now give. My episode links to friends, family, associates, frenemies. Hell, give it to your enemies. Actually, I don't give a damn who you give it to. Just give the shit to people and bring laughter to others and show your love for this podcast. I hate saying goodbye, especially when fate is going to bring us together again. Episode 27 will be here on May 25th, 2018
from the I'm Difficult and Demanding podcast, keeping it real on the ridiculous world we live in. Visit my Instagram page at Difficult and Demanding and my Twitter page at Mrs. D and D.